Welcome back. Today we are putting you to the test. We're going to see how good you are at spotting some scams. So that's why we have Neil Schultz with the AARP Fraud Watch Network here to help guide us through this test. Neil, thanks for being with us today.
And we're going to see how good you are.
I know. I really am being put to the test. I'm going to be surprised with these questions, and it's true or false, correct?
Yep, they're all true or false.
And then we're going to kind of go through all them and then explain a little bit about what they mean, right?
Right.
Okay, I love it. So I guess we should just jump right into it because that'll help really guide our conversation. So let's put the first question up.
Okay.
Does that work for you, Neil?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, let's put the first question.
This all came from a survey that AARP did.
Okay.
And they found 89% of U.S. consumers have experienced or been targeted on at least one fraud during the holidays.
Okay, well, this is the perfect time of the year then to be able to spot these scams.
All right.
Okay.
Question number one. Online retailers like Amazon and eBay will request your online information to provide customer support.
False.
Right, it's false.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I'm 1 for 1.
Places like Amazon and eBay and those places, they're never going to call you and they're never going to ask you for that information.
You should never give out passwords, especially,
Absolutely
correct?
not.
That was the first thing I thought was a password. Absolutely don't do that.
You don't need to give them information that they already have.
Okay, okay.
So don't let them trick you into giving that information up because it's important.
All right, all right. Question number 2.
The safest way to make purchases online is with a credit card.
I'll give everyone else a chance to answer. I'm going to go with true.
It is true.
Okay, why is that?
You're doing well.
Thank you.
Because most credit card companies, there's a lot more protection, and most of them have zero liability on frauds and scams and things like that on your credit card. So you're much, much better off always buying with a credit card rather than a debit card. The debit card, you need to look at it as an open door right into your checking account. Okay,
that is good to know. And if you do happen to put a debit card in on accident and it is a scam, what do you do?
Well, notify your bank right away because you only need to change your password. But yeah, whoever the bank is, your credit union, whoever it is, get a hold of them right away and shut it down.
Okay, love it. Yeah, good information right there. So use your credit cards always. All right, up next.
Okay. When searching online for customer support, the first customer support service phone number that appears on your search results will connect you with the legitimate person with that company.
The first customer phone number that appears, I'm going to go with false.
It is.
You got to vet those.
It is false.
Okay.
And you have to understand too that Google searches and places like that, these companies pay for positioning in there.
Okay.
So the first one that's on that line might not even be what you're looking for.
Wow.
And the scammers will put in false names. They'll play with the wording of it and make it look like it's legitimate when it really isn't. So you really need to make sure that if you're buying something online and you're looking at something on Google or one of those other platforms, that it is in fact the one you're looking for.
Okay. All right. Interesting stuff right there. Up next.
Okay. Peer-to-peer payment apps like Cash App and Venmo are generally intended for use to transfer money between people that you personally know, like family.
True, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You always got to confirm those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you never. If somebody asks you to pay with one of those Cash Apps or Venmo or something like that, that's not how we pay bills.
Right.
And that's a big red flag.
Right, and especially when you have to confirm with the last 4 digits of the number. I know that's a very good tool that Venmo does have. So always things to do that. All right, last one. Let's jump into it.
Okay, last one. Regularly updating software on your devices is your best protection against fraud.
True.
It is true. You're doing very well.
Thank you. Yeah. You always got to stay up to date on everything, right?
You do. And you know, there's like we just updated our phones with a new update on it, and there's times you sit and you think, oh, I don't want to do this because I know it's going to change the way it looks and change the way it operates and stuff like that. But you really need to do that because the security things that update are really critical.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, 5 great questions and great advice to come of it. Neil, wrap it up real quick. Just tell me where people can find you if they want to learn more.
Well, if you want us to come out and do a program, even if you saw one of our programs a year ago, chances are that things have changed a lot since then. So AARP Iowa/IA speaker, if you want to have a program done for your group. We've been in all kinds of church basements and libraries. I've been in people's homes. So we'll go anywhere. And it's all free of charge.
I love it. Okay, you do it all. Neil, thank you so much. Very important information, especially around the holidays. Appreciate your time.
Great to be back with you again.
Yes, absolutely.